Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to my video about the HTC One M9 that has just been announced. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mobile World Congress is taking place at the moment and we already had a lot of the details about the HTC One M9, the successor to last year's M8, which was a really nicely built smartphone. But the details have now been confirmed by HTC themselves, along with some other surprises along the way. And I want to discuss with you some of the specifications and also my opinion towards the latter part of this video. So anyway, the specifications, and you can see it on the screen here. This is the HTC One M9. It's got a 5-inch 1920 by 1080 display, so full HD display. 1.5 GHz and 2 GHz quad-core processors. 2840 mAh battery, 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage. It also takes a nano SIM card. Now you can see the side profile of the HTC One M9 just here, and it is very thin indeed, a really nice design. I'll come on to that design in a moment and the colour availabilities. Now it's running Android version 5 Lollipop with the new HTC Sense version 7 user interface, and this is the overlay they put on top of the Google Android operating system. HTC went into some good detail on what HTC Sense will offer, and I'll try and cover that in a separate video once I've actually got my hands on it. There's also a fast charge feature which will give you 60% of battery life in just 30 minutes, a 20.7 megapixel rear camera, dual tone flash, and that rear camera is capable of capturing 4K video up to 30 frames per second. Now the front facing camera is very well featured as well. It's their ultra pixel technology on the front camera, 4 megapixel resolution, which is not that high, but it does also capture 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Now we come on to the colours, and I think HTC have been very clever with their sort of colour variations on the M9, and I'll tell you why in a short while. But basically it's available in 4 different colours: a gunmetal grey, an amber gold, a silver gold combination, and also a gold pink combination. And it's these combination colours that I think they've been very clever with, because I know from my own experience when I'm trying to decide on what colour smartphone to make my next purchase, I've always struggled with the iPhone 6 to either go for the space grey version, or should I go for the silver or the gold. It's always a hard decision. I think the most popular colour in this new M9 will be the silver gold combination. So you've got this brushed metal effect on the back and then highly polished sides to the phone in a nice gold colour. I think that colour combination is going to look absolutely awesome. Now UK pre-orders, 9th of March 2015. It's going to be available on most of the carriers here in the UK, and availability date, although I haven't had this confirmed yet, from the early emailed press release I've got, seems to be the 31st of March 2015. No price yet either, but I would expect it to be around about £600 SIM free, and obviously various prices on contracts. Now HTC also launched some other products, including a virtual reality headset. Not much interest to me, to be honest. And also this, which is their new fitness band. You can see the picture of it on your screen. I think it looks really nice, offers up some nice functionality. You know I like my fitness bands, I'm using one at the moment, and this certainly looks very appealing. So, my opinion on the HTC One M9. Well, there's a couple of things. For the most part it's positive, but I want to cover off one of the things that did annoy me during their launch event, and that was that they quoted their HTC Boom sound, which admittedly is amazing, very high quality front facing speakers, but they said that the HTC Boom sound speakers, of which there are 2, produced 5.1 surround sound, and that is impossible unless they tag on the word virtual surround sound. Of course that's possible to give you an engaging sound that can appear to be coming from behind you, but from 2 speakers it is impossible to do 5.1 surround sound. Where's the subwoofer, for example? Where's the speakers behind you? So I was a little bit annoyed they didn't clarify that by using the word virtual. Back to the positives. The design looks very, very nice indeed. I love that brushed sort of finish in combination with the polished finish. I think that's going to be very, very popular. And of course the design was awesome in the previous versions, in the M7 and the M8. So I think they've done a really good job with this particular smartphone. And also the 20.7 megapixel camera looks very, very interesting. I love my photography, so I'll be really interested to see how well it performs. Now, if you want to see all of the details about the HTC One M9, there is a link on your screen there. If you point your browser to bit.ly/HTC-1-M9, that'll take you to the full press release that I was sent just moments ago. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the HTC One M9 and if indeed it will be your next smartphone. Thanks again for watching. Hit that like button. I'll see you all again in the next one.